No, nothing.
All right.
Hello, boys and girls. How are we all? Hopefully everyone can see us and hear us. Someone want to tell me that they can see us and hear us, hopefully?
Is it working?
Welcome, Christian.
Hello.
Forest Finds Online, in case anyone doesn't know. He's come to save the sinking ship because Octo and Blake have deserted me this morning. Both of them. Just absolutely disgraceful, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Just disgraceful. So, Christian. Oh, yes, Liz, thank you.
It's working,
Liz.
yeah?
Yes, Liz says that she can see us and hear us, which is excellent. So, Christian, for those that may not know you, which I find that hard to believe, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Christian, as you can see. I go by Forest Finds Online on Instagram mainly and YouTube. So I've been doing YouTube for about a year. Not very well, though.
Not very consistently?
No. Yeah, it's a bit tricky as I don't really focus much on YouTube. But this year, I actually am trying to get more than a video a month up. It's probably more, actually. But yeah, you can find me there. I've been reselling part-time on the side on top of a full-time job since 2020 now. So since 2020, I started at the beginning. So it's been a great journey meeting everyone and learning a lot. I mainly sell clothes, like vintage clothes, but I do a lot of toys, more so the plushies, as some people might know.
Well, we do call you king of the plush.
Thanks. Look, I don't know if I'm the king of it, but I think I have sold a few weird ones that no one would have thought to pick up, I think.
And look, just in honor of you, I did actually pull a few of my nice little vintage plushes out for you, just for you.
I was looking. I love that background. I love the bananas in pajamas. It's so hard to find B1 and B2 together.
Yeah.
It's always one or the other. So if you can find them together, well done.
Yes. Let's see who we've got. So we have got Liz called in to let us know that we could hear her. Good morning, Liz. And we have Coppercat. Good morning, Mary Jane. Hello, everyone. Should be able to sit back and enjoy the show live from start to finish. Woohoo! Very good. And we have Shane from Soda City Flips. Well done. Excellent. Oh, and congratulations to Shane because he has got lots of subscribers, but he needs to get his watch hours up so that he can get monetized. And he's finally hit that first stage of getting 300 watch hours. So he's gotten to that first level. So congratulations, Shane. Well done. And excuse me, you can come in and watch, but you cannot be here. Oh, he's driving and he's watching at the same time. The disgruntled octopus indeed. Cheryl Shiny Squirrel. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it, to say that fast 3 times? Hello, beautiful people watching from Nebraska. Wow. Good to have you here, Cheryl. Thank you.
Hello.
Shane says, I'm watching and packing for the T2C Winter Bash in Orlando. Okay. And so that's a reseller mixer that they're having over there. So Shane's quite looking forward to going to that. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, thanks, Octo. Christian, please keep her. Yeah, good on you. I should be worth more than that an episode, by the way, too. $14.99. Thank you. Mary Jo says, I'm tuning in from, well, Octo would have said Arkansas, but it's actually Arkansas. Seems like quite a few of us Americans show up every week. You do, which is excellent. We love having the international people. Cool. And I see you've got a few Marios behind you. Is that a bit of a thing that you like to collect, Christian?
Yeah, I'm into like the Nintendo stuff. Well, I guess I kind of phased out of all that and I kept a few things. I like gaming stuff. But to be honest, like ever since having my son, like I haven't really had time for any of that stuff. I've just been selling things on and moving it on. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's just a reminder of my past.
It's funny how things change when you become a parent, isn't it?
That's right. Like I used to love gaming and everything, and I haven't touched any game since like October, September. So
Well, look, I will tell you though, like the good thing about that is that when he's a little bit older, you'll be actually able to play games with him. Now, I'll tell you a funny story about me with the first console I got for my kids, because my oldest son's 31. So the first console I got was a PlayStation 1, and it came with Crash Bandicoot. And so, I like to do things with the kids, so we'd play, but they would beat me soundly every single time. And this went on for a couple of weeks. So one day when they all went to school, I spent the entire day and I sat there and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. I beat them once. But that was
a cool mum.
Yeah, got to beat her. Good morning, Wendy. And she says, good to see you, Christian.
Morning, Wendy.
Wendy's joined the membership. Thank you very much, Wendy. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, good on you, Octo. Go to sleep. Yeah, don't go to sleep while you're driving. Probably not a great idea. I don't think at all. And so what's your so you've been doing a bit of sourcing and stuff while you've been on holidays, because you're on school, being a teacher, so you're on school holidays. So I guess you do a bit more of that sort of stuff in preparation, like while you've got the time.
Yeah, pretty much since the holidays, I'll be going hard. Like, I don't know if anyone's following me on Instagram, but I've been trying to go a lot because I know once like the school year starts again, it gets really hard because, pretty much op shops close at 5 usually. So like I barely make it sometimes. But as I was telling you before, I might be a bit more flexible this year. But yeah, I've been going hard during school holidays. I'm really not just with the sourcing, but the listing and all that. I've in the last 2 months, I've probably been like the highest I've ever been in anything in reselling. So I don't know how long that's going to last, but I'm pretty happy where I am for part-time. Like,
Oh, you do amazing as for a part-time seller. Like you do great. Like and a lot of it, I don't know the general sort of stuff that you're picking up, but it seems to me a lot of the stuff you pick up is that higher value stuff too. Like it's got a decent value to it a lot of the time.
Yeah, like I say in my videos, I'm like just super picky with what I get. I really just try to pick up things that will either like sell quite high or fast. Those are the two items I go for. But I also must give credit to my wife. She does help with a bit of the postage when I can't do it, whether I'm out or something. So it's not all me behind the scenes. But yeah.
I do notice she does pick up a few of the good finds too for you.
Yeah, usually. Funny thing, like while I'm at work sometimes, because I get notifications on my Apple Watch, and she might go out thrifting like for an hour during the week or something while I'm at work, and she might send me, "Is this good to pick up?" And it's like a $200 vintage shirt or something. And I'm like in the middle of work, and I see the photo pop up on my watch.
Yeah.
And I kind of got to like sneak away and be like, "Get it," or like, "Yes." I got to type back. But yeah, credit to her as well for knowing what to get and what to look for as well.
That's good. Liz says, the disgruntled octopus, don't touch the phone, whatever you do. I'm going to take my wonderful $1,100 phone fine to court. Oh, ouch. That would have hurt, Liz. Wow. Oh, and we have Mel, the Bolo Hunter, and she's becoming a YouTube member. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate that. And Mel's been on holidays too, and she's not long come back and got back into work doing her reselling. She does it part-time as well. She's down in Melbourne as well. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're so lucky for you. I do get a bit jealous, I must admit, for you guys down in Melbourne. And I will come down at some stage because I am getting a car this weekend. Yay. After not having had one for about nearly 8 weeks.
Wow.
So I'll come down. You can take me to Savers or something. Because I do get jealous. I've never been to Savers, but you guys get to a lot broader range of stuff down there compared to me.
Yeah, I do feel a bit lucky as well, having, our Savers not too far. I think there's like 5 or 6 Savers in Melbourne, like scattered all over the place. And personally for me, there's like 2 within, 20, 30 minutes. But yeah, I think Savers, like hands down, is the best place to source or thrift here in Melbourne. only because they're so big and they get so much stock and they turn over and roll out so much stock. It's not like the other little op shop. It's a bit stale for a while.
Yeah.
So if anyone has the chance to like go to a Savers regularly, I think they're lucky, and it's a great opportunity for them.
And I guess, I mean, from what I've seen, from what other people have picked up too, like their prices are reasonable compared to what some of the op shops are doing.
Savers. You know what? About 4 or 5 years ago, Savers was like the most expensive out of every op shop, and now it's like the total opposite. A few people have said this as well, because they're just consistent, I guess. Well, not always. There's a few exceptions, but usually like they'll have like they look at brands and stuff. You know, like a Adidas T-shirt might be like $10. It's not even worth that. But then they have like a 1994 band tee for like $3.99. So that's the thing with Savers. Like I don't know, it's a bit weird, but at the same time, it's pretty good. I think they do research as well, but not as much as probably like the Vinnies and the Salvos.
And I guess because they're doing it as a business, they concentrate more on turning over their stock too.
That's right.
So
And the good thing I like about Savers, or the best thing I like, is that they give you a 20% voucher when you donate every time. So it's so easy. Just like you can just bring a bag of like maybe 4 T-shirts or something and donate that, and they'll give you a 20% card.
And Blake was saying that the other day, we were talking about it, and as he was saying, like some of his stuff that he's got that, you know, that he might normally donate back to an op shop because it hasn't sold after, you know, say 12 months or something. And he worked out the finances on it, and it's worth more to him to actually put it in the bag and take it and donate it to Savers.
That's right. 100%.
It actually works out to be, he well and truly gets his money back on those items with his saving.
Yeah. So what I do, so I was going to say what I do when I buy those toy bags, like on the wall, there's usually like 1 or 2 toys out of the 6 or 7 that I want that are worth something. Then the rest I just load it up, and over time I'll just redonate and get my little voucher. So you can definitely do that.
Yeah. Wendy says, mate, you have a great eye for the goods. Looking forward to you expanding. Let's see what Octo says. I'm directing her to all the thrift shops because Mrs. Octo is driving. Found a cash flow game at Vinnie's for $4. Well done.
Nice.
Very good. So you're really on holidays. That's good. So thrifting. Yes, Liz says the disgruntled octopus. That is good. Wendy says, I wish we had our borders closed. Good morning. Our little cannibal friend. How are you? Oh, and I did say I wouldn't forget your name, and I kind of had this morning. Let me think about it for a bit. Don't tell me just yet. She says, YouTube doesn't tell me you're going live for some reason. I always forget to log in. Oh, okay. Yeah. And also I'm on my channel this morning. This is normally on Octo's channel, of course. But, both Octo and Blake have deserted me this morning. Wendy says, I'd love a Savers in Queensland. I keep tagging them in posts, telling them to open in Queensland. Yeah, I'll keep going, keep trying. I've never been to Savers. I don't have any here in WA. Yeah. Well, you know, like I've never been to one, and I live in Victoria. So there you go.
It's weird how they're only in Victoria and South Australia. I reckon in the future they definitely will expand. I think they're pretty successful, or successful enough to do that. We'll see. I don't know.
Definitely.
We'll see.
Octo says, many have tried to keep me out, keep slithering in. Yeah, it does. It does. So what would you think, like, because one of the things I would like that I'm waiting for here in Australia is for Whatnot to come. I think that would be awesome. I mean, I don't know. I think probably the thing that's holding them back is, do we have the numbers to support it? And it possibly, you know, Poshmark pulling out might have scared them off a little bit.
Possibly, yeah. It would be interesting to see Whatnot here. I don't know if it will be successful though.
Do you think we're a bit too laid back, we Aussies, for the whole auction thing?
I think so. I think you're right. We're a bit too. We're just different to the Americans. We'll just put it like that. It would be cool to see. To be honest, I like to see something like that. But I just don't know. I'm not sure it might work out here.
Yeah, I'd like to have a go. I'd just really like to have a go at it, whether it was and I think it'd be a good way of also, well, they do say it's a good way to get rid of, some of your stuff, and other people get a bargain too as well. I'm subscribed to you both, but it doesn't tell me on either. Oh, well, maybe it is because if you log out and you're not logged in, you probably just need to close it without logging out. Octo says, strange, is the little bell clicked? I'm not sure otherwise. No, me either. Me either. So anyone got any specific, I can't even talk, specific questions for Christian or about plush or squishmallows, because he's always picking up good squishmallows. I wouldn't get to sell those if I picked them up, because I probably have to give them to my granddaughter because she collects them.
Well, about 99% of squishmallows are crap anyway.
Yeah.
So don't go out there and pick up any. I've noticed in the last few years, like, it's kind of gone down. It's not as popular as it used to be. The height was probably like 2021, 2022. But there are still some out there that get good money, especially like the event ones. Like I sold I can't remember the name. It was like a bear, and he had like a love heart on it. It was like a Valentine's Day special from like 3 years ago. Now I'm worth like $60. I found it for like $5. So squishmallows are great if they're the right price, and if they're the right squishmallow, because some of them are just worth nothing. Like many things. But I do want to say what's worked for me best is actually putting squishmallows on Facebook Marketplace. So I sell more on Marketplace.
I was going to ask you that, like where because you don't always sell on eBay.
That's right, because Marketplace, it's a different audience. I think there's a lot of parents that want to buy toys for their kids, and over time I just have so many squishmallows now that I just took a massive photo like on my living room floor, and I just put up that photo on Facebook Marketplace, and I just ran the description like $5 each, or you can buy like 10 for this or whatever. And like they went like hotcakes. Like parents were coming left, right, and center, just picking out what they want. And that was probably the best way to sell squishmallows for me in bulk lot. I had one lady bought, I think 21 or something.
Wow.
And I gave her a pretty good deal. Like for both of us, it was a good deal. And then whatever I had left, people just picked out. So that's how I sell like the low value ones, but the high value ones will definitely go on eBay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I guess that's the other thing. So I don't have a great deal of luck on the Facebook Marketplace market in the rural areas is a lot different to down in Melbourne.
Right.
And people have to drive a long way so often to pick something up, so they're less likely to get it. Cheryl says, I think the hype of Whatnot is starting to fizzle out here in the US. Okay. Yeah. I guess everyone's gotten rid of all their crap already, and maybe. Maybe. Octo says, we don't have a cult following mentality. I think Whatnot survives on minions. Whatnot in the UK, you have to apply to sell on there and have an interview. You need to show your online presence, and not everyone is successful. Yeah, I think you still do have to apply in America too, because I was watching a Hairy Tornado video the other day, and he had a link on his channel. But if you went through that link, you'd get priority.
So do you have to be not popular, but you got to have some type of following? Is that how it works?
Well, originally, yes. You don't have to as much now, particularly, and it depends on the categories, because some of the categories they've got a lot of sellers in. Those ones you do have to apply and have a following sort of thing. But in some of the less saturated categories where they're still trying to build the audience, they're quite happy to, have people that, as long as they want to see that you've got, what they want is to see that you've got a quantity of stock. Like I couldn't turn up and say, well, this is how many plushes I've got. You'd have to show me good enough. Octo says bums are where it's at. Yes. Have you found any bums?
Not in the op shops. I've seen a few like in retail stores. Because again, there are some that are worth a bit, but I haven't found the good ones.
Octo
retail arbitrage.
Yeah. I've seen Octo get a few. When he wants to know, Plush King, do you think being a school teacher helps with your knowledge?
Depends. Like for me, the the last few years I've been teaching more of like the upper primary year kids. So that's like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids. And there's a few kids actually. Funny thing, some of the kids brought like a plush Squishmallow into school once, and I knew what it was straight away, and they were like shocked. They were like shocked. Like, how do you know it was that? I was like, oh, I got about 30 at home. And they were like all shocked and everything. But I mean, it doesn't really help. I don't think. I think more of like I actually learn more about video games and like pop culture stuff from kids, not Clash related things. Yeah.
I guess what is actually popular would be good to know too when you're around that age, because that age they're starting to get into, not necessarily what they've liked themselves in the past, but it's when they're starting to get a feel for what is actually popular at the time.
Yeah, I discover trends all the time through the kids at school.
Yeah. There are so many different Squishmallows. I wish the op shop. Oh, Squishmallows. The op shops, but I don't pick them up because I know nothing about them. Yeah. I mean, I have picked them up only because I give them to my granddaughter, but yeah.
There's this op shop close to me that they actually throw them out like in the bin at the back, which I've picked out because they're just so big and squishy. Yeah. There's no room for them, especially in a little op shop. So yeah, I think many op shops don't even like having them because of that.
And so when you were saying there's some that are still valuable, do they tend to be the bigger ones, or are they, is it just because of that release?
Yeah, all different sizes have different value, obviously. So your biggest ones, the biggest one's like 20 inch or something, I think. They're obviously worth more because they're bigger, but there could be like a small one, like the 8-inch one, that could be worth way more than all of them because of that particular release. And they also Squishmallows also does a lot of collabs with like Pokemon. They did one with Sonic and all the Sonic characters as well. So I guess over time I think the value might go up. When the Pokemon ones came out, especially Gengar and Pikachu, they were the first release. I actually did a bit of RA and I bought out heaps, and they've all sold over the course of a year.
Oh, good.
I might have one left, I think. So yeah, always look out for those collabs, I think, because they're the ones you probably want to get rather than the generic ones.
It's the generic ones, yeah. Good morning, Recommerce Dave. He says, good morning, GG, Christian, and everyone. Liz says, to hold an auction on any platform here in Australia, do you need an auctioneer's license? Or being a third party, are you already covered? Well, you must already be covered because we don't need to have one to have an auction on eBay. But I guess it depends on how that company is set up. But yeah, you'd think if they were going to do it, they would actually have to have the license, wouldn't it? Because it'd be a bit difficult asking everyone that wanted to be a seller on your platform to actually have to have an auctioneer's license, wouldn't it? Would make it a bit hard. Wendy's saying, morning to Recommerce Dave. He's saying, back again. Cheryl says, I applied over a year ago and got approved right away. I sent in the links to my eBay, Insta, Facebook, and a video of all my inventory. Yeah. And I think that's the thing from what I was hearing. It was the inventory that they want to know about. Octo says, picked up a lot for $20. 4 or 5 went off to the States. Oh, there you go. That'll be his bums. Yes, he did. He did. He's been picking up lots of expensive bloody Skylanders of late. Recommerce Dave says the difficulty Whatnot will have is with postage. Yeah, they have a flat rate and Australia Post small, medium, large doesn't fit. Okay. It's the problem Poshmark had and why they used to use Sendle. Right. Okay. Which was no good for me because I don't have Sendle is about 2 hours drive to get to the depot from here.
Wow.
So it doesn't work here. Octo says, I think the best way to do RA is to kidnap a few kids and take them to the toy aisle in the shop. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, good idea. So some of these, I mean, look, most of these, because they're a lot older ones, and like the bananas, I have got another one, but I can't sell it because it was my son's. So I had one son that was mad on bananas in pajamas, and I had my other son was mad on, Mickey, but then he got mad on Woody. And so I noticed you put a picture of Woody up with his hat the other day. Was that you?
That was me. I actually I sold 2 this morning, actually.
So what did they go for? Can I ask?
So let me check. So I picked up 3 woodies in like a week, luckily enough, and the difference was that they made so many woodies that they're all different, obviously.
Yeah.
So the valuable ones, the one that you probably want to find is the one with the actual pull string that actually
Yes.
you can pull, because they made the one that you just press on the belly. It's got the picture of the string on the back, but it's not like a pull one.
Yes.
So the one that you actually pull is a bit of the older one, the early 2000s and even the late 90s ones.
Late 90s,
so yeah. So that one went for $40. The one they pull, and it went for 40 because I didn't have the hat. So if you find the Woody's hat itself, it's actually worth like $40 by itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people obviously lose it and they won't complete the whole figure. That's what I discovered.
Woody.
Yeah,
with a pull string and a hat.
There you go. It's worth definitely more than without the hat. And then I also sold the more modern ones, so from 2020, without the pull string, but still talks for only $22 plus post.
Okay.
So that's the difference. But yeah, if you have the whole set, like Jesse and Woody with hats, that will go for a lot more. I think I got 80 for it last time.
Okay. I have Jesse too. There you go. They're in the toy box. The grandkids play with them now because, my kids don't play with them anymore. And out of those, I mean, I knew what most of them were, but the one strange one, I didn't know what that red thing was at the front, which is, I don't know it, but Yo Gabba Gabba or some such thing. Have you heard of that?
Is that a TV show?
Apparently.
I've seen the show actually, but I don't know the characters. I don't think it's something I would pick up because I don't know I don't have no idea what it is, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to look at it. I'm trying to look at it in detail. Yeah, bring it closer. Is that like what material is that? Is that
vinyl?
Okay,
but it's a nice vinyl. Like it's not a crappy vinyl, and it's from. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's Yo Gabba Gabba. It's from 2010, and I can't remember the name of the character now, but it is. Yeah, it's from Yo Gabba Gabba apparently, which is a show, and there was only one other one that I could find, and it was comped quite well. So,
there you go. Yeah, a lot of those kids shows, especially the early 2000 ones, some of those characters can go for some good money.
Yeah.
They're not easy to find, but yeah, especially like the uncommon characters. Yeah.
And I guess, some of those though, like I guess with that one, I've had that one for a while now, but it's finding that right person, isn't it? I thought I got a bargain when I got my, what's the name up there? The pink one. But yeah, I was a bit, because it was so big and I got it for like $1, but I was a bit disappointed at how much they were comping for. Octo says, sold a 20-inch Grogu for $150, paid $20 at Vinnie's. Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. My name is Rachel, by the way. I'm going to write that down, actually, because like this, it's hard because you have to get the name. I mean, after a while, the name starts sticking in your head, but then if you don't have someone for a week and then you do it again, it's hard to remember sometimes. So generally write them down so I can get them stuck in my head. Octo says, DJ Lance. What's that? What are you? Oh, hang on.
I don't know.
DJ Lance. What's DJ Lance? No idea what you're talking about, Octo. Shane says, I saw your Skylander short today, Octo. Is that one good in the US as well? Well, I think that's where he sends them to, usually, Shane. His name is Munro. Muno, that's it. Muno. That's Muno.
Is that right?
Or Muno. I don't know how you pronounce it either.
Good to know.
Because I don't know the show. I probably should have a look what it is. Liz says, yes, that's very true. You don't need one for eBay and would have a lot not want to try whatnot if they had to pay for license. Yes, exactly. That's what I think. Yeah. So would you have a go, Christian, do you think, if whatnot came out to Australia?
I reckon. I'll give it a go. I'll check it out for sure. I'm happy to sell stuff starting at $1. I got a few things I can do that for, but I don't think I can probably do it consistently because I don't have the amount of stock.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not full time. I don't have a lot of stock, so I could probably do it every now and then. But yeah, how about yourself? Would you get on?
Oh, I'm busting to have a go. I'd love to have a go.
See you doing it.
Yeah. I think I could do it quite well. But yeah, stock would probably be an issue for me. I'd have to do something about sourcing a bit more. Mind you, I haven't had a car for about 7 or 8 weeks, and I have managed to get by with my existing death pile. I haven't been thrifting for that long.
Wow.
So next week I'm busting to go. And the worst part was one of my best op shops that I go to, where so they have will have fill a bag for $5, but they actually let me fill my shopping trolley for $5.
Cool.
Which is like about 3 or 4 bags worth. So it's brilliant. But last week, they obviously must have had an influx of clothes. And last week, they put a post up on Facebook saying on that day, you could go down and get clothes, anything you wanted in the clothes for free.
Wow, free.
Yeah.
Don't see that every day.
If it had been in my local town, I even would have walked down the main street on foot to go. But it wasn't. It's in a neighbouring town, so I couldn't get there. Octo says, everything I show is definitely better in the US. Yes. We like sending stuff over there. Shane says, is that why your way of telling me to do my own damn research, Octo? Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, trust Octo to know. So DJ Lance, I think that's meant to be Lance again, is the DJ character on Yo Gabba Gabba. Okay, so he's a DJ. Right. Okay. Skylanders with red base or black diamond base, like the one in the short, they're the ones worth the dollars. Yes. He does show us a few. Shane, just show me when you find them. Everyone else does. I'd rather personally vet them than people waste money. Yeah. I mean, I never find them here to show him. But yeah, I did. So I did send them a little Blake and Octo a few things that I could pick up on Facebook Marketplace last week to show them the types of things that I get to find. And so the first thing I showed them was a cleric outfit, like a priest outfit. I could buy that for $200. And there was a gypsy wagon for $25,000. And, I can often buy farming implements like plows and, tree stump jumpers and all sorts of things like that. Not the regular stuff.
Yeah, I just made a comment with Octo. I went thrifting last week and I was in the Binnies and they just brought out like this bag of Skylanders. And I hit up Octo straight away because he loves it when everyone comes to him with Skylanders. And he gave me some good advice. So we'll see how I go with that. Nothing crazy, but yeah, like Skylanders and me, we don't mix. I've sold a few in the past, but I'm still learning.
Yeah. I've never seen any come up here locally, but yeah, I'll keep looking. Recommerce Dave says it's similar to the 1990s, 2000s kids TV shows on DVD. The more obscure, the more dollars. Yeah, true. Very true. Yeah, you get the odd ones that are actually worth, decent money.
Yes.
So Shane says, thanks, Octo. So Mike Mr. Chatterbox back there, I missed him in. He's a nice big one. He's very nice. And but when I was doing the I can't think of the word now, the store resets, and I was doing the nuclear one where you reset your store every day. Yeah. So you're ending and selling similar every item in your store. And there was a bloke in America that had Mr. Chatterbox on his saved search. And in the end, after about 4 days, he sends me a message and says, why do you keep relisting that every single day? I'm getting the messages.
You're annoying him.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So, yeah, because I used to take out the things that I'd sent offers on. So I took that out for a few weeks so that I didn't annoy him. I said, well, it's it. I did reply to him and I said, it's easy to fix. You could buy it and then it wouldn't give you a message every day. Yeah. It didn't work, unfortunately. Yeah. And I see you got a Tassie Devil there. And so what's your other figure next to the Tassie Devil there? What sort of a figure is that?
The
black one this side. No, that one.
This one? That's just a DC Comics one. So most of this stuff is for sale actually. Mm-hmm. Except what's on top. I got a lot of games and stuff. This is actually it's not like my display. This is actually my stock that I have listed.
Okay. Nice and neat then.
Yeah, there's just a few things I gotta re-sort through and stuff. But
Oh,
Yeah,
now I believe, because a while ago you were telling me you're going to redo your storage stuff in your shed. So how did that
yeah.
go?
So the last week or two, I've been just clearing stuff, cleaning stuff up. I booked in hard rubbish, and I just threw like all this stuff I had in my garage out. And I bought a couple new shelves. I'm just trying to organize things better, because this year I do want to be more organized. And I think we spoke about like screw stuff in the Discord.
Yes,
So
screwing, yes.
I need to organize myself a bit better.
Yes.
Like I don't have a huge store. I think I got about 1,000 items across eBay and Depop, because I sell many on those two. But yeah, I just got to organize better. But I have set up like a little more functioning place area.
Yep.
So I do everything from my garage. This is just my office where I edit and have stuff. I'm looking at, in front of me, I got more figures and more pop culture stuff I like. I can't turn the computer around. But yeah, all this is like mainly for sale, except like the top things. Yeah, but I do love like Looney Tunes. I do like a lot of Batman stuff. So that's why I'm building like a wall of just everything I thrift. Most of these are all thrifted, by the way. So
yeah.
Most of it, yeah.
Oh, it's the best way. I love finding things, and I like, even for me with the toys and stuff. I mean, I probably look in the toys more so for my grandkids than I do.
Yeah.
But then I find things that I'm, because I do like to sell vintage dolls and vintage teddy bears, I have to say, and I do find the odd ones of those because I'm looking in the toy section. But yeah, like when I picked up a couple of big robotic dinosaurs and stuff over time that are, I mean, and I could sell them. I know that one dinosaur I could sell it for $99, but then for me, I've got 4 grandkids that love playing with it, so that's where the value is for me. Octo says Skylanders are the best. Parents offload collections. Best part is all the ones I show, you have a legitimate chance of finding them. I found 6 traps in the last 12 months that went for $300 to $400 each. Yeah, and the size of these little things that are worth hundreds of dollars.
Tiny bits of plastic.
Rachel says, sorry if I'm saying something that's already been said. We don't mind. I had to take a phone call, but what not only have certain categories you can sell in, clothing is obviously one of them. Yeah, true. I think clothing would be pretty saturated though, isn't it? Octo says all to the States. Yeah, most of his go to the States, his Skylanders. Nice, Octo, says Shane. Cheryl says, oh, hang on, Bubble Guppies and Aquanauts plush and toys are also good to look out for. Oh, okay, I've got some Aquanauts. I didn't know what they were. So Google Lenses, my friend. I'm very lucky. My 8-year-old granddaughter, she's spot on. And so when she comes to visit, she'll sit and go through my toy boxes and she'll like tell me what they are. So I get the little Glad snap block bags and put them in and write the name on the top of them, and then she'll say, oh, Nanny, please don't sell this one. I've got a heap of Littlest Pet Shop stuff, and every time she comes, and it would go quite well because a lot of it are the little sets. And she looks at me and she says, Nanny, please don't sell that one. So, yeah, they're still here. So, yeah. Ant Retro, hello. Thank you for coming along and joining us.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, guys. Joined ducked out of work to go for a cheeky thrift. Oh, lucky you. So where are you going thrifting? Do tell us.
Anthony, actually, I made a video with him last week.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out soon. So that's Anthony from Retro Thrift Sales.
Okay. Hi, Anthony. So he'll be going into Savers there, I dare say, will he? He's going for a quick thrift?
I don't know. He's on the other side of Melbourne, so.
Right. Octo says Shane found a backyardian at the thrift I was just at. Left it there, didn't want to cut your grass. Good on you. Cannibal Rachel, good to know. I have a lot of junk Funko that I can offload there. King Nostalgia, welcome. It says, hi, everyone, I'm Jake. Nice to have some people to go to work with this morning. Yep. Well, normally you would have a giant octopus and Blake, who's the other guy as well. There's usually 3 of us here on a Thursday, but the disgruntled octopus and Blake have both deserted me this morning. So I asked Christian, would he like to come in and have a chat? And he said, yes, he'd love to. So here
Anytime.
He is. Good to know. Shane says, LOL, Octo, I think you're safe to pick them up. Anthony says, hello. Oh, cheers for the shout out, Mr. Forrest. Yes.
Anytime.
Anytime, yeah. So on Instagram, Anthony, or do you have YouTube or?
I believe he's just on Instagram.
Right, Instagram, yep. Liz says, maybe I need to go back to my lot of Skylanders and check out what is there. I had them up in a bundle for ages. I gave up in the end and have taken them down. Yeah. So there's a Skylanders in my Discord. I've created a special little Skylanders section that Octo is sort of in charge of. Because that way, yeah, people can show what they've got in there too. It makes it easy, it's all in one spot. Shane says, I sold a lot of 3 small ones for $35 plus shipping. I think you saw them some the day after listing them. Well, you sold them too cheap if they sold the day after. You probably could have got more. Anthony says, yes, just quickly went into a Salvo's, an independent store, found a couple of things, yeah. I like the independent ones, op shops mainly, because they do tend to be cheaper. And Octa says, Liz, just send me a photo. I'll put it in the Discord and I'll sort it out, yeah. Because he can just look at it and say, yeah, it's whatever. And, yeah. I'm kind of even learning a bit about Skylanders, know nothing about them.
Me too. Yeah.
Learning a bit.
There's just so many of them. And a lot of them look similar to me.
Well, yes.
But I did learn a lot about like the bases and little things. I don't know what they're called.
I've never picked one up. I don't think, but that's the figures. I didn't realise about the other little traps and things, and highly likely I've picked some of those up in some of my little because up here I don't get a lot of the toy bags, you know, like. But whenever I find them, I do pick them up because I bring them home, and so I've got like a 60-litre tub of Macca's toys.
Oh yeah,
and then I've got another tub of other toys. And like that, the other tub is stuff that I can sell, but the Macca's toys eventually I'll be able to put them into because it's quite a large tub full. I get those all the time, but when I see them, but you know, I might be lucky to pick up a couple a month. Like that's all I get.
Some Macca's toys are pretty good as well. Like I don't know if you remember that little pink thing for Macca's I picked up. What was it called again? I think you replied to me on Instagram. It was like last year, the year before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It was like a little like plushy Macca's toy from like 2005.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I found it for like 50 cents at a market in like those junk bins. And they went to like Germany for like $30 plus post.
And weird. There are a few plushies in that little in that thing. I was surprised when I sorted the Macca's toys out from the other toys, how many Macca's toys I had. But and I also think sometimes too, if you can get the set, especially with some of the vintage ones, there's a bit of value. But it's surprising how many vintage ones there are, because a lot of the op shops around here will put the Macca's toys in their free bin too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Octo says 99.9% of trash. Oh yeah, that was where I was going with that story, because I don't think, as I said, I've ever picked up a Skylanders, but I may have and just didn't know it. Liz says the disgruntled octopus awesome. Don't tell him he's good. Shane says, well, I only had $1.50 in a lot of them, so $1.50 into 35 for 3 stupid backyardian plushies. I'm good with that, GG. Yep, that's probably true. Octo says, find Xbox, PS4 games, they go for good money. I find no video. Well, I won't say I find no. I very rarely find video games up here. And when I do, 9 times out of 10, when I open them up and have a look at the disc,
rubbish.
I just put them back. And a couple of times I found ones that the disc looked all right, I comped the game and there were nothing, so I've left it there anyway. Rachel says, it's really kind of you, Octo. Loads of Skylanders on Facebook Marketplace near me, but I wouldn't know where to start. Yeah, well, that's where get a screen grab of those and send them to Octo, and he'll tell you which ones to pick up. Octo says, Xbox One Trap Team Portal goes for over $100. So is that round thing, the portal? Is it, Octo?
Yeah. I have a few of those, but I think it's for the 360.
Right.
It's just been sitting in a basket. I just couldn't be bothered. Maybe I re-donated it actually. I just couldn't be bothered listening. Hopefully, I didn't make a mistake, Octo.
Yeah. That's the thing. And it is because it's hard. I mean, because I know like the 90s toys quite well because that was what my kids played with. Because I had one born in 92, one born in 94, and one born in 96. So those years that my kids grew up, I know those toys quite well. Some of the modern toys I'm getting a hang of because my grandkids. So I've got 4 grandkids, and they're now the boys, the youngest ones are 4. So I've got a 4, a 5, and an 8-year-old. So yeah, I'm sort of got a little bit of a hang of it, but yeah. Because when I was a kid, we didn't have all this stuff. I had one doll, and I had one baby doll. I had a Barbie doll that had bendable limbs, which was pretty special back then, and a teddy bear. Like you just didn't have a heap of toys like the kids do now.
Boring stuff.
Anthony says, "Leave the video games for me, guys." Wendy says, Rachel, tune into the video that Octo and Flipping Fox Finds did. Yeah, it is. It was, great knowledge of all things Skylander. Look, I watched it and still left as confused as I was when I started. But I think if you've got some Skylanders and you were watching it, it would be better. But because I haven't sort of seen them, If you're looking for Skylanders, pick up a $5 copy of Skylanders Giants Wii. Has to be Wii, not Wii U. Okay. Is Wii U must be a newer version, is it?
Yeah, it's the one that came after the Wii.
Right.
Yeah.
Octo says, yep, just that part. Okay. Because I used to mod consoles. I used to do soft mods on Wii's and Xboxes and hard mods on PS2s.
Oh, look at you go.
Back in the day. Yeah. Did a bit of video, video. I was a bit of a video pirate, like a DVD pirate as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say I hate on Facebook Marketplace when I'm looking at consoles, and people will say, "Oh, it's modded" or something.
Yeah.
You were one of them.
Yeah. Look, and that was one of the reasons because when I first started, you actually had to do the physical mod, like you bought a little, you had to solder it in, and that was fine. I mean, I could do that, and if you wanted it, but for resale value, because I then started going into like back then cash converters and stuff, and I would buy all their old consoles, even if they weren't working, because generally you just needed to clean the bloody disc reader, or I could pull some apart and use them for parts for others.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they started developing the soft mods for the Xboxes was great because then you could actually reset it back to default and take the soft mod off. Yeah. Liz says, I will find them this next week. I put them away somewhere. I'll pull stuff out after my house inspection in a few days. Xbox 360 is about $10, so perhaps if it was a 360.
Oh, lucky I donated then.
Yeah, donated it then. Yeah. Back in my day. Yeah, good on you. Anthony says, Forrest took my Skylanders.
He gave them to me, so.
Yeah. Octo says, I need to do a Skylanders 101 for dummies. Yes, you do. That would be good. Giants Wii has a glitch you can use to reset the characters. None others work. Yeah, okay, that's the one.
Okay.
Right. Good to know. Yeah, games back in when my kids were young didn't sort of do all that stuff. But with the Xboxes was really interesting. I taught the original ones. I had a Halo one, which I wished I hadn't sold.
Oh, nice.
Got good money for it now, was my favourite one. But, the way our houses are networked up to it, everything's networked together, our TVs all stream. I basically had that back in the 90s, but I was doing it through the Xboxes. So you could actually put software on the Xboxes that would grab, you could look up a video and watch it on that TV, even though it was in another room and
That's
stuff.
Cool.
Whereas, we look at it now, it's all there. We can do that.
Yeah.
But back then
that's crazy.
You couldn't. Yeah. So every room, just about every room in my house had an Xbox back then, which was good. Wendy says, yeah, you do. And the video to reset them. Yes. Haha, says Anthony. Upton says, I filmed the reset, just need to do the voiceover, which is his favourite part, is doing voiceovers. In fact, I think he's going to look at doing voiceover of other stuff, as a part of a new career. Sweet says, Wendy. Oh, Graham, the Aussie Nurse Flipper. Well, there you go. Hello. We're still waiting for the video, Octo, to reset Skylanders. Everyone wants that reset one. Well, what else? Any other questions, boys and girls? Otherwise, we might nearly wrap this up. We've nearly done 50 minutes of entertaining you all this morning. Stop the sinking ship going down.
That's right.
Got to keep things going. Yes. So, yeah, the boys have gone on holidays. You know, it's not like they've gone away working or something. They're having rest and relaxation.
Well,
and I have to stay here and work.
Well, we all need a little break sometimes.
Yes, true. True. But they could have worked it better that they didn't both go at the same time, though, I must say. Octo says it's coming, Graham. Oh, so it's Christmas, Octo. Octo says the Skylanders short that took me 25 seconds to make got 1.4 thousand views and 12 subs. Yeah. Interesting. So I think Octo's first short that he voiced over, he ended up doing, like 30 takes of his voice. Like, took him hours to do it. Like, only a short time to do the video, but the voiceover took him ages, but he has gotten better since then. Wendy says, Christian will be popping into the regular Thursday morning more often. Well, he will be if he can, but he'll be working most of the time.
I have one more week of a Thursday off, and then I'm back to the full-time grind. Yeah.
It's hard. Liz says, 50 minutes, I've done 2 photos. Liz, what are you doing? 2 photos, dear me. Wendy says, love is love, Granny. I'm sure they're enjoying their holiday together. Yes, true. I do wonder. We went on holidays together, yes.
That'd be weird if they did.
Well, it is a bit, I think it's very weird, but yeah.
I did talk with Blake, and it would be weird if Octo was there.
Yes, it would have been weird, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Just imagine.
Yeah, but did you like my bit of AI that I did with the picture that I did with the So I
was going to ask, what do you use to generate an AI photo? Like,
I used that with Canva. Canva's got the AI set up in it now, and it's quite good. So you get to tell it what you want. So I started off by asking it, "Can I have a picture of an octopus on a beach?" Which they're okay. Yeah. So then I said, so I changed it a bit, and I said, I want a giant orange octopus beached on the sand. And so then I thought, I need to put Blake in there somewhere. So then I said, I want the, giant orange octopus beached on the sand with a man standing beside it. And it was great. It gave me all different ones. There is actually one where the man's part of the octopus.
Should put that up.
I'm going to. I'm kept them all. I'm going to.
That's funny. I need to use that. Might use it for my thumbnails.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Check it out.
And then I used it for part of the thumbnail, the other half of the thumbnail that I did for us. Mm-hmm. So I just said I wanted a picture of a YouTube, a podcast studio with a granny and room to put someone else in there, like a young man in there. Yeah. And so, and that's what it gave me. So, it was good.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Octo says the first shot took me longer than our 4-hour podcast. Yeah. Very true. It did. Aussie Nurse Flipper says, LOL. Wendy says, is that part of Canva Pro? I presume, look, I'm not sure because I do pay for it because I use it so much. So I'm presuming, I don't know, is it called Canva Pro? Hang on,
I use a free one and I've never seen it, but.
Yeah, and maybe it is because I do pay. I mean, it's not very, I find it valuable because I do use it so much.
Yeah.
It does say Pro.
There's a few free AI image sites that I've looked at. So if anyone wants to use that, I think there's a few YouTube videos that have like the top 10 free ones. So if you watch that and just pick out whatever, that's what I did. But yeah.
And if you also, some of the free ones will have a certain amount of days trial before they want you to pay too. like even with those, like get what you want, and do as much as you can. I did that with my ones where I turned my selfies into like a cartoon character. So I had a heap. I did like a 3-day trial on a phone app that would do that, and just got as many out of it that I could. But I would like to do it again though, because I know more now.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think it might be the Pro, because I do use the Pro. Octo says, probably Pro, Wendy. Yeah. But a lot of fun. I haven't used it a lot, but that was the first time I'd really got into it and given it a lot more a descriptive thing. But I have a bit of fun with Chat GTP sometimes.
Yeah, it's a good little tool to use.
It is. So I was asking it for some, even for a title for a YouTube video or something. And yes, it's good. It's good.
A funny thing about Chat GPT, I can say this now because I don't work in my old job anymore, but I had to write up a letter for parents for a school excursion. We're going to Science Works, and you have to write up like a letter with all the details and explaining about Science Works and blah, 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 what to bring, all that useful stuff parents want to know. And I just want to Chat GPT, and I was like, write me a letter about this. I gave it some basic info, and he came up with this like really good piece of writing, and I just added my own little things, and I sent it because you got to send it off to get approved by the head of whatever. And they're like, "Oh, this is perfect, thank you." And I saved like an hour or two writing and thinking what to say. It was the best thing ever. So thank you, ChatGPT, for that.
Exactly. No, I quite agree. The only thing I find with it is when I've asked it for like, I'll put some details about a YouTube video I've made in to get it to do the description, but it's always too long. So then I have to say, can you cut it down a little bit? And then it'll just cut it down. The other thing I find it absolutely fantastic for is Excel formulas.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I must admit it's made me very lazy, because that's the thing. Excel.
You rely on it too much in the end. And you lose like that skill to think and be creative yourself.
However, it saves you a shitload of time.
That's right.
So
there's that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Octo says you can do the thumbnails. Blake's a crap. You usually do the thumbnails. What are you talking about? Are you saying yours are crap and that mine are good? I didn't know whether the one I did for this was too busy, but Blake really liked it. But I thought maybe it might have been a bit too busy. But I couldn't help myself once I started using the AI. It was good. Yeah. Only took me I guess it took me about 15, 20 minutes last night to do. Didn't take long once I got it all together. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. And thank you very much, Christian, for coming along and having a chat. And, maybe you should come along and join us again next week.
Anytime, I'm happy to fill in. I told Blake, whenever you're away, I'm happy to jump in. Just let me know. And if I'm free, I'm down. I seem to be a bit of a regular on Uncle Wayno Sunday. I don't know how, but so
you're a regular on his irregular show.
That's right. I'm on every 6 months. So it was great being here. Thanks for inviting me. It's good to just chill a bit in the morning before I get the day started. Yep,
it is.
Yeah.
Octa says Christian is going to clean up all the school mirror awards now. The kids won't stand a chance. Yep. Wendy says, gee, your missus must love you on holidays, Octo. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And he says, I'm just blaming Blake. All right, boys and girls, thank you very much. And we will see you next week.
Bye.